The owners of Bionano stock will be hurt by dilution, by this genius Alex, right? Paid off by shorts and market manipulators. Yeah. Okay, come on. We had an exact same. We had like literally an identical article on May 14th. This one was claiming we were going to go to 185 or 184 on May 14th, right? This was released on May 14th by this legend Mark, the next Einstein. And May 14th, the price was at an auspicious as hell price of $4 a share, and this man was claiming we were going to get killed because dilution. Now, is it a coincidence that this article comes out right before the Russell 3000 inclusion? Is it a coincidence that they only give 2 reasons, right? Let's say right here. Let's start by delving into the rational reasons why BNGO stock should trade flat for a while, right? They literally only list 2 reasons, all right? We're going to go into this crap, but first I want to just go over why there is just shit all over the place, and I want to play some clips of me talking about this journalism. Okay, this is more like this is manipulation. That's what it is. It's people getting paid off, earning money to spout shit. Because literally, just read the article and tell me if anyone in their right mind would actually think this. Okay, it's absolutely. You got to be new to the market. Even if you're new to the market, you're not even gonna. This is a paid off article. This person, I think they have likely been paid off. Okay. I don't know. I don't have proof, but I don't see any rational reasoning as to why someone would be so one-sided and give 2 reasons why, which is shares outstanding is high and they're not profitable, we're going to go down, right? It's literally this caveman argument that everything money made and all the people who said Bionano was going to go to 0 at $4. It's what every one of them says, and they all are quintessential examples of the fallacy composition. So let's go ahead and play some clips in here, and you'll notice the similarity of this article when you see me read this as well. I just want to watch one clip of me talking about this because I think it relates very, very nicely. Of course, in an article like this, when you're getting paid millions or at least thousands of dollars to write it, you have to not add in the fact that the chief financial officer said yesterday. Basically, he directly implies that offerings are not needed because they're in a secure and solidified financial position for the next few years. Not days, not months, not weeks, years, my friends. I think it relates. I think it relates pretty much perfectly. I think that the only way that you conveniently neglect many of the facts and the other side of the coin in an article like this, when you're claiming that we're far less interesting than you might have been led to believe. With such a, and the owners of Bionano that will be hurt by dilution. When you're going to make a claim that big and you don't bring up the other side of the coin, you already know you can't take this shit seriously, and you got to take it with a big ass grain of salt. So let's actually dig into the freaking arguments here, okay? If you can call them an argument, it's more like a 2-year-old banging their head against their sister 2-year-old. Just oh god, these people just do what these people do, man. If you did the opposite of what the article of what that video, what Mark did, right? May 14th, that's when he said we're gonna get killed by dilution. If you did the opposite of what he did, you're up like 70% right now, right? So okay, so there's nothing really important here. I'm just gonna go over the important stuff because this is already boring enough, right? Who simply take the Bionano Genomics revenue might take into consideration that the company's results are improving, right? So it's good, but he makes the argument that, its cost of revenues is 67%. It's down. The cost of revenue is going down. The revenue increases are there, but the profitability is not increasing very much, right? We only lost, we had a net loss of $10 million last quarter, and the Q1 2020 was a net loss of $10.5 million. So it was basically the same. That's the argument that he's making, right? So, based on Bionano's operational results, BNGO stock should be flat at best. Its cash flow statements, on the other hand, should worry the owners of shares. So there's one argument, right? He's got one reason, and it is that, our net loss is not increasing very much, right? Our profitability is not getting much better. That's his first argument. That's his first reason that we've seen in this entire thing. I guess if you can call this a reason, he also thinks that apes are just rallying to the cause of Bionano, which is, laughable. If you actually knew anything about BNGO and Wall Street Bets, you would know that we've been censored and they take every BNGO post down. So this is how this damn guy or girl is paid off. Okay, so he actually does mention that we have $362 million of cash at the end of Q1, up from just $8 million at the same time a year earlier. So is that not amazing? He says on the other hand, the cash flow statements should worry the owners of shares, but then he says we have 362 million, 350 more than year over year sequentially, right? So I don't, it's very mind-boggling. And then he goes in here and says it's very mind-boggling that he doesn't admit that that's amazing. Like, 300 million. I'll take 300 million. Investors should be worried about the dilutive effects that the additional shares will have on their stocks. In ordinary times, such concerns would have caused Bionano's shares to trade flat at best, and they more likely would have been declining. But these aren't anything but ordinary times. So I'm not going to go into the literally thousands of companies that have done great things and became great profitable companies that have had slight dilution, and a couple offerings, okay? It's not like we've been diluting the float every month or every week. We've literally only had 2 offerings. 2. The main problem here is that you're basing, your synthesis that is, these concerns should have caused Bionano to trade flat. You're only basing that bold statement on one thing, and it's insanity to judge and say a company is going to do this, a stock price is going to do this because of this one thing. No. The reason why no one knows what's going to happen in the stock market, one of the reasons why is because there's 1,000 variables. I mean, you got technical analysis, you got fundamentals, you got news, you got institutions, dart pools, shorts, manipulation, broader market headwinds, growth, sectors, any news about the company whatsoever, insider transactions, institutional transactions, okay? Saying that we should trade flat based on one thing is just stupidity, okay? I think I made my point at this point. We jumped from $4.40 to $7. The explanation for that likely lies in the wild ways of the internet. Okay, I'm just gonna go on. So if we go over here, when another investor place columnist wrote about Bionano, he noted that over 13% of the company's shares were being sold short. Talks about the short squeeze thing, the apes. Okay, we don't have any. We have a very small amount of apes on our side, and Wall Street Bets hates Bionano, and they won't even let us post. So don't really know what your point is there. Coordinated action will ensure that its stock price will remain artificially inflated while keeping the potential of a short squeeze intact. Yeah, this is how you know. Okay. Artificially inflated. All right, this is how you know this guy's paid off. I really believe this person has been paid off. I can be wrong, but it's just there's no way you'd be getting this mad and speaking so having such bold claims based on no evidence at all, unless you're getting paid off. Okay, there's nothing else here. Okay, the stock shouldn't have rallied over the past month. That much is clear. I like how they just conveniently neglect that the freaking 5 large clinical studies are on the way. That we got a nanonozzle patent on the 24th, like that we got also the CCO, which is what caused this move right here, this gap right here, right? That's what caused that, at least mostly. CBO news, China Sapphire sales news, Russell 3000 inclusion news, oh no, this person acts as if the only reason why we're jumping is because of, apes, which is obviously false. And even if there are a few apes, okay, no, all of those catalysts that I just mentioned, that's what's actually sent the price up this high from 440. Also, the fact that we've been artificially suppressed, that's right, not artificially inflated because of apes, right? No, artificially suppressed because of the damn manipulation and shorts and freaking FTD increases and supply chain issues and all this shit that the manipulators have done and tried to artificially suppress the price, and they've done a good job. They've successfully done it. In my opinion, they have. All right, but I don't know for sure, right? I don't know for sure. I don't claim that the Bionano is going to go to the $10 because of, one thing, or I don't claim we're going to go down because of one thing, which is what this person is doing. So, on that note, that's all we have to say. This article is debunked. There's nothing else to say here. Okay, this is one of the worst articles I've ever seen. It's very similar to the other one that we did on May 14th, right? I think it's absolutely awful. And for full transparency, right, I'm sure this analyst here, and no journalist ever really, or other YouTuber for that matter, will ever show you their portfolio to actually show you what they're actually doing for that honesty and transparency. So I am going to be one of the few that actually give you that much so you can actually know what my portfolio is. Right there it is, 100% BNGO essentially, and that's the portfolio. With that being said, thank you all so much. This is not financial advice. I will see y'all in the next one.